refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running. Toes they gonna take
this is what we got to tell.
Every fan doing this.
I felt it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. It is the first show of the new year. Hope everybody enjoyed their holiday. As you can see, Joe is not here, but we got Mr. CTC himself, Carl. What's going on, Carl?
What's good? What's good? Appreciate y'all for having me.
Good that you're here, my man. And Link, wow.
Hey, nah, that was funny. I seen that.
And Link returns on the new year. What's up, Link?
Somebody
Welcome back, my man. Welcome back, Link. Glad to see that you're still around. We got a great show for y'all today. We got some things to talk about, but before I get started, as you can see, we already introduced Carl, but I also got Tomo here today, Dummy Bros edition. What's going on, Tomo?
Man, not too much, man. I just got a call from the referee board saying that they may overturn a game that happened. So, Carl, don't fight me today, man. We're supposed to be brothers. That's why I wore the glasses. That's all I'm saying.
I hope they don't. Please don't do that.
I hope they don't either. But also another thing I want to say is we do got CTC Carl on here and those college games yesterday. Man.
I was mad at one of the outcomes, but they was fire.
Hey, they were definitely was. I was tuned into both games. There was two really good games, and it came down to the wire pretty much. So I'm actually excited about the playoffs. I'm excited to see the championship game, even though Carl might not like one of the teams that's in there. I'm pretty sure he still wants to see a great game, though. So let's go ahead and let you guys know what's going on. So we are live right now on Facebook, YouTube, and X. So if you're on Facebook and X, make sure you like this, repost it, share it. If you're on YouTube, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and become a member. When we show the commercial, you'll see what the memberships are later on during the show. We got 4 topics to talk about today. We got to give our reaction to the Cowboys and Lions game. You know how controversial that was. And then the Eagles have lost their 4th out of 5 games. They lost to the Cardinals on Sunday. And then the 2 teams that played on Christmas have both clinched the number 1 seed in both conferences. The Ravens clinched the number 1 seed after beating the Dolphins, and then the Niners clinched the number 1 seed after beating Commanders, and also the Lions and the Eagles losing. So got a lot to talk about. So, other than that, let's make sure we have a great time. It is the first show of the year, and it's on a Tuesday, so we have no choice but to turn up. On Tuesday. Up. Now enjoy your show, Tomo. Floor is yours.
Man, let me go through some of these comments right quick. So Link said, Happy New Year. Welcome back. We got RBO in the comments. Shout out to you, Vaughn.
I know where you about to go with this one.
You already know. And just like that, he responded to you. It's like, I guess I got telekinesis, man. It's crazy.
No, that's not for me. That's for you.
Excuse me?
That's for you.
What they got to do with me?
FMP. What is that?
Yeah. Michael Parsons.
Oh, I thought that was Matt Patricia this whole time.
That's for you.
Bro. Hey, that makes so much sense. I'm glad I figured that out because I'm sitting in the chat like, why you don't like Matt Patricia that much? Hey man, how you mad?
Micah Parsons? That's new. I didn't know about that.
He said that because Micah Parsons leading in defensive player of the year.
The votes. Man, you need to say forget FanDuel. They ain't got nothing to do with us.
See? Wait, he does?
Yeah, he is. He is. I know. It is shocking.
That's FanDuel, man. They ain't got nothing to do with me, man. Look, that's funny. I'm glad we started off that way because that's how the world feeling about Dallas anyway. Because what the refs did on Saturday night. They ain't got nothing to do with me again. It happened. Oh man, you being the Grinch that stole Christmas. But look,
I don't like you right now. I really don't.
That's funny because that was our celebration.
What the Grinch that stole? Oh, it was
flowers, yeah.
Actually, Zay helped me. Never mind. It's just bad. It's just bad. But let's get to the dirty work, man. So one team that didn't control their destiny, but now controls their destiny. I don't know. It's similar to a group that was in the 90s, kind of like Destiny's Child, where they had 4 members, then they kicked out 2 and brought 2 more in, then they kicked 1 out and said, "Hey, we just gonna go as a trio." That's literally what happened because it went from can they win the NFC East to they better win the NFC East to hey, Jimmy Johnson, should you be in the Ring of Honor? Jerry waking up and finally making that call because on Saturday night, they finally inducted him into the Ring of Honor and entertaining fashion. The Cowboys went out there and beat the Lions by a failed 2-point conversion mishap. Some would say it was the call prior to. Some would say, hey, maybe they should have just kicked the field goal. That ain't got nothing to do with me, but the Dallas Cowboys still continue to win at home. They're now 8-0. They've been the first time they've been perfect at home since like the 80s. Look at that. Somebody's trying to run it back. But what's the takeaway from that game, man? We got to talk about a quick recap. It is the Tubi Bowl.
This is not college football. We're not making bowl games.
Hey, that's what we called it on the last episode. So you're back. How did you feel about watching that too? I mean, how did you feel about watching that game, Carl?
So throughout the game, it was a really good game. So it was back and forth. I think it was a really good game. Derek Barnes, I don't know what that was. That was not a tackle attempt on Dak Prescott in the end zone. What you thought he was going to run into him and he was going to fall? I don't get that. But you already know we got to talk about it in the game. So they called a beautiful executed tackle eligible pass play. Gets nullified by a phantom flag. But yet and still, Dan Campbell, what are you doing? Why are you going for the win with 23 seconds left at the 7-yard line? Do you just kick the extra point? Your defense has not been playing bad all game. Your defense has been actually, besides CD going crazy, been playing really well. Just trust your defense, go to OT. You might win the kickoff. You might go down, score a touchdown, and end it. Why are you so aggressive? It's like sometimes he don't even think. He just does it. It's just like it's nothing up top. It's just aggressive. Job. Do something. And it's just like, we're just gonna bite their knees and bite their bruh, you have to think as a coach. Take the extra point and just trust your defense. I get earlier going for it. It was like 4th and goal at the 5. It was 7-3. The defense was playing absolutely out of his mind. Dak scored a touchdown off the Derek Barnes non-tackle attempt. Deep ball to CD. I trust my defense there. If I don't get it, cool. I trust my defense. They didn't get it. Didn't no harm, no foul. I get that. But the game is on the line. Kick the extra point, my guy. Like, the odds of you getting the onside kick is slimmer than you getting this 2-point conversion. Just kick the extra point. So that's really my gripe with the game. Now, I do want to talk about the actual formation because I know in the chat there was a lot of talk like, what was a legal formation anyway? Actually, that's not true. The formation was very legal. The reason why people think it's a legal formation is because he announced the wrong guy as eligible, which I don't know how he did that because it's a video of him clearly acknowledging Taylor Decker is eligible before he runs and tells the Cowboys. But the tackle eligible player has to be uncovered, which he was uncovered. Now, Dan Skipper is actually like guard on the other side. Well, technically, I think guard, but he's covered. So the reason why people think it's a legal formation is because the ref announced Dan Skipper is eligible, which he is covered, when in reality, it was not a legal formation because if he announces the right guy, that's a legal formation. The play would stand. But yeah, there was also a miss to respond to Link. There was also a missed onside on a Lions play where who was it? Armstrong, I think, got a tackle for loss on a run play that was not called. Like his hand was like literally in the neutral zone, but they didn't call it. So it was missed calls both games. Yet and still, the reason why that they lost was simply because Dan Campbell did not choose to kick the extra point.
So I just want to address something right quick. Link, go back and watch the all 22. Technically, nobody was guarded. Even the guy who checked in 70, it was legal formation. The fact that 70 checked in earlier in the game, because they said, I heard, Dallas Cowboy media, actual media, not the fan base, they were saying that 70 was supposed to check in, and it's been a running thing with the Lions all season about 70 checking in. So when all three of the linemen went over there to cause deception, that's what threw it off, and that's why the ref called the wrong name. Because like you said in the video, 70 was running onto the field, and 68 was the one that did check in. But the ref was so used to just hearing 70 that when he ran off, he checked 70. So it was a mishap on the ref side, but it was also a little bit of accountability on the Lions to say, "Hey, bro, why are three linemen coming over here anyway?"
Yeah, I didn't get why Dan Skipper ran over there. Like, bro, you're not announcing. Just go in the huddle. Like, why are you running over there? Yeah. I did not get that as well.
So that's where the human mishap happened with that. However, let's just talk about this in totality. The Cowboys go down there and score, get the ball back. The refs did miss the tripping call. Cool. It is what it is. But your defense, right? Michael Paulson been talking all season about how they want to be the 2000 Ravens. That defense let the Lions chop them up to get even into scoring a touchdown. It was like a minute and something left. Like the Lions shouldn't have got down the field the way they did. They got down there quickly. So let's talk about that. Like,
you got to talk about Mike McCarthy too, because that's his fault. Bad clock management.
I got you on that one too, but I want to more so just call out this defense because they were the ones that's been talking all season that how they want to be the ones to step up and make these stops when it's time to make these plays. But yet, here's another playoff implicated game, and you couldn't make a stop. Bills did the same thing where they ran the ball all over you. Dolphins just did it last week where they needed 2 or 3 first downs to kick the field goal to win the game. Here we go again. The Lions are in position to go tie the game or win it, and you gave up another play. Boom, that's on the defense. Now, like you said, I was going to address the Mike McCarthy situation too, because he talked about it and how the first down situation really didn't go out the way they planned. But, our run game wasn't working that well, so we just threw it. Why are you going for the gusto? Like, why are you going for the gusto? What's going on here? This has been a running thing in your entire career about just clock management. And don't get me started on Dan Quinn. And just his defensive mindset. Look what he did in the Super Bowl with the Falcons. Like, come on. The mindset is always there just to lose games for some strange reason. But anyway, this is another season where the quarterback has to outplay his draft selection, 4th rounder, and Dak has to play like he's a first-round quarterback. Because here you go again, where you're going into another playoff situation where the run game's not working, and now you got to be forced to throw the ball. Worm, I don't know where you at, but you said anytime Dak get in the 30 attempt range, you start to get a little nervous. Well, if they can't run the ball, then this is what's going to happen. He's going to get you past 30 every single game. Also, let me throw this one thing out there. CeeDee Lamb. Hey, Eagles fans, I said this last season, and I'm going to address y'all right quick. Because I said last season, I was like, let me get one more year before I want to talk about CeeDee Lamb being in the top 10 conversation. You all was like, man, you tripping, man. He's him. I said, okay, that's y'all see it, but let me just see it. Because the first 4 games, for some reason, he starts season slow and then he picks up. He's there now. And if he's not top 5 in your book, or at least top 10, then something wrong with you. Because the boy can play on any position of the field. That's from the slot or even on the outside. Hell, sometimes they even hand him the ball off like he a running back. He ain't Debo, but they hand it off to him. It just happens, man. And he's playing like that right now. He is playing like one of the best receivers in the NFC East. And even when he loses games, he talks to the media. That's a shot. But for me, this game really just said, hey, Cowboys, the only way we're going to win some games in the playoffs is if this offense comes to show up. Because right now, DeMarcus Lawrence is the only thing showing up on that defensive line at times. Linebackers are 50-50. Stephon Gilmore, he's older, so I can't really depend on him too much because you don't want to depend on your older players like that, but he is making plays. But it's time, bro. It's time for y'all to do something. Dave?
For me, I'm more so on the same lines as Carl. Like, yeah, the going for the 2-point was fine when you got it, but once the flag was called, what's the point of going for 2 at the 7-yard line? Just take it to overtime. your defense was playing well enough to be able to put you in position to be able to get the ball back, or at least hold the Cowboys to a field goal in overtime. Like, there's no point for you to even do that. Like, you're in position to get the number 2 seed, and you were still in position to get the number 1 seed overall in the NFC, and you messed that up by not just thinking smart with your head and just getting the extra point. It's not as if you were down 2 points. You were only down a point at that time, and you could have just taken it to overtime, trust your offense, trust your defense, and knowing that they would have been able to get you an opportunity to at least win the game. But instead, you lost. And I get the referee part, and I've seen the video where the Decker goes up to him, lets him know that he's eligible, and the referee, some reason, just didn't realize or remember exactly who it was when it was clear evidence that he actually went there and did that. So that part is on the ref, because the ref needs to know exactly who it is. And y'all already addressed the formation. I don't think I need to do that. Both of y'all said it was legal. There's no point in me saying that it's legal as well. So CD has definitely stepped up. He should absolutely be in the top 10 in wide receivers in the league right now. I actually want to see if we're going to talk about this list again, because last year when we talked about this list, there was a receiver in San Francisco that was not on this list. And now I want to see if that's going to change, because there were some conversations about, I'll bring this up when we have the 49ers topic, but y'all can pretty much could tell where I'm going with this conversation. But the Lions had an opportunity to at least be the number 2 seed, if not the number 1 seed overall in the NFC, because San Francisco would have had to win next week against the Rams, even though they haven't lost a regular season game to the Rams in about 4 seasons. That's still a game that you have to go play with Cooper Kupp, Puka, Matt Stafford, and Kyron Williams, who's been balling out. So that wouldn't have been an easy game for San Francisco, but now they can pretty much rest everybody if they want to, because they got the number 1 seed locked up. And I mean, the Lions have been playing very well this year. To me, it's one of the most impressive teams this year. So to say that you were in that position and you lost it because of your coach's decision is just terrible. So he got to be smarter. It's okay. It's cool to be aggressive. We get it. But sometimes you just got to be smart. Sometimes you got to be smart. It's not always about analytics. It's not always about, being aggressive at that moment. Sometimes you just got to think about what you got to trust your team. Trust your team and know that they're going to be able to back you up.
Yeah, and I don't know, Carl, you about to say it. Go ahead.
I don't even think he used analytics again. I just don't think he be thinking, bro. I just think he just be he just be doing stuff. Like, some days be like, man, he don't even think, he just do stuff. I think sometimes he just be doing stuff. He just be like, I feel like doing this, so let's just do it. Don't no thought, no nothing, just vibes. Just go. You know what? Forget it. We're just gonna go for it. It don't make sense. I don't care. Like, bro, you gotta think about what's best for your team at times. Again, I can't kill him too much, because you got plays like the fake punt that went for a lot of yards from Jalen Reeves-Mavis to Khalil Dorsey on the fake punt. That was good. Hey, you convert it, good call. If you don't, you look like an idiot. So I can't get mad at stuff like that. But it's just, then he does stuff like this. And I don't know if y'all remember Thanksgiving 2 years ago, his first year, when he played against I saw that. When he played against the Bears, he cost them the game calling an extra timeout he didn't have. So, like, it's things like that with Dan Campbell, bro. I love Dan Campbell. I love the culture he brings to the Lions. I love how he's turning it around. But you got to use your head at times. It's okay.
Nah, that's when he did the fake punt. Remember, I thought about the Packers game. Remember Thanksgiving when he did the fake punt in the same area and he didn't get it. But when he got it this time, I said, all right, cool. Then when they get down there, I said, they're going to get the 2-point conversion. But then when the flag hit the ground, I said, oh, see, that's the karma. See the balance right there. You weren't supposed to get the punt. So now you got to take the kick. All right, we about to go into overtime. Let's get prepared for overtime. Let's see what this team gonna do. Or maybe let's see if Dak can get us down there. Here go another time management situation with McCarthy. Can Dak get us down in the area, kick the field goal, we win it? We don't know. And then he went for 2 again. I said, all right, on the 7, then Michael Parsons jumps all sides. I said, look at the football guys giving you another chance. Like, kick the field goal. He said, nah. Like you said, Roy rage, and went for it again. And then what was it? That was the play to the tight end, right?
That was the I think it was like a slant flat combination to the 3rd string tight end.
And then he was so depressed. I was like, well, you shouldn't be depressed about that. That's just what's gonna happen when you get 3 chances at it, man. It's like in Vegas. If you had a good blackjack table and everybody around you trying to help you win, don't keep hitting on 17. Like, what's wrong with you?
That they got a funny meme about blackjack with Dan Campbell, where the dude got 2 kings and they say he yelling, "Hit me."
That's what I'm saying. Like, what's wrong with him?
But I'll pose you this, right? Let's just say, for example, y'all do try to score. What if Dak just throws a pick? Just not even a pick to where he makes a bad decision, but anything can happen. He can try to make a throw, ball gets tipped at the line of scrimmage, pick, fumble, snap, anything can happen, bro. You gotta take the extra point.
Yeah. And speaking of getting hit, right? Hold on, I gotta say this before, because again, Jimmy Johnson did go to the Ring of Honor, so we gotta give him a shout out. You don't want to hear that right now, but you gotta play it. History. But hold up, we in super chats. Shout out to Donnell with the $4.99 super chat. This BS tripping call didn't get called. They don't have the opportunity to even go for 2. But nobody talking about that. Nobody talking about that call. Are we? Hashtag we won. Hashtag BC for life. Yeah, we did. He just saying in general, just go out to the masses. The masses. But we got a surprise guest, because the next topic we got to talk about again, somebody else getting hit in the head. The Eagles. They got hit on their head again with some reality. We got to talk about some humble pie being passed out, a couple feathers being plucked. For all my people out there, I know y'all remember the old not Canada Goose. Remember the South Pole jackets with all the goose feathers in it? When the jacket gets too cheap, the goose feathers start coming out. And that's what the Eagles franchise looking like right now. So we're going to talk about some plucked feathers. Yesterday, that was Sunday. Look at me. I'm thinking today, Monday. Kyler Murray threw 3 touchdowns. We'll do a surprising comeback at the link to defeat the Philadelphia Eagles and crush all of their hopes and dreams of them controlling their own destiny to win the NFC East. After winning 10 games straight this season, the Eagles find themselves now trying to figure out who they are. I've heard from the locker room they've been playing man in the mirror, and we're going to welcome this man to the stage right now. Hey, Kev.
What's up, man?
There you go. We have the Eagles fan live reporting from Philadelphia. Do not jump off the bridge. Kev, tell the people how you're feeling.
Me, I'm kind of like pretty much neutral. I'm not as extreme as most Eagle fans are, but I understand the frustration. But I also understand the slander and the outside noise we getting, and I also understand with the noise inside the locker room and how it can be alarming and all the things of these nature. But it's still some things. There's still some glue there. For one, our quarterback is still playing good. Like, at first it would be like, oh, if Hurts, what's up with Hurts? If Hurts was always the finger, it was always pointing at Hurts. Now it's the play calling. People blaming the play calling, but it's been a multitude of things. It's kind of hard to put your finger on it because in each game it's been a different issue. 1 minute it's the play calling was bad, like the Cardinals. That last drive, they claimed they wasn't trying to be too aggressive, like y'all say about Dan Campbell about the clock management. He's talking about they wanted 4-minute offense because they were saying that they didn't want to score too fast. So some hold your head. But they didn't want to score too fast. That's the excuse the coaches gave, and that's why they had that type of play caller. And they considered them calling the quarterback keeper as trying to catch them off guard. I'm like, bro. But when it comes to plays like that, it's like when they work, it's like, oh, that was great. But when they don't work, you look terrible. You just look bad. So, it's been times when we did have good play calling, and maybe Hurts didn't look so good as well. But a couple of things I can't say that are just people just leave out completely is the fact that when you look at the NFC, I ain't talking about the entire league, look just the NFC because it's about to be playoff time. It's going to be NFC versus NFC. You look at all the offensive lines in the playoffs right now. Where do you rank the Eagles? You may not be number 1, maybe not number 2. We're in the top 3 for sure. when you rank us?
Dallas got the home field or not?
They can have home field. I'm just going down the line of things that we still have.
Might be 3 or 4.
You can say, I mean, you can say that. I mean, I'm just saying, if you was to put them, I mean, you take offensive lines, you line them up. Eagles no line is still good. Then if you take all the tight ends left, Jurgen's been balling out. You got Kittle, who still is Kittle. But then Dallas Goedert's right there, but no one talks about Dallas Goedert completely.
You got about Ferguson.
I just said Ferguson. I just said Ferguson first. I didn't call him first. I said he'd be balling out. Ferguson, I like Ferguson. But, I mean, Dallas Goedert is still Dallas Goedert when we use him.
Jalen Wentz. My bad.
He disrespectful with that one, y'all. Don't ever compare Jalen Hurts to Carson Wentz. He is not mentally gone. It ain't no mental hospital going on for him. If you rank the D-lines, our D-line hasn't been playing that great. It hasn't. Jalen Carter about to win Rookie of the Year, though, for one. I mean, that's just what it's going to be. Who going to get it over him? You think
Will Anderson right there.
Uh-oh.
Nah.
Nah.
Let's talk about that. Will Anderson definitely right there.
We're going to say that for another day. We're going to say that for another day. Jalen Carter been chilling. Jalen Carter been chilling, but them snaps been kind of minuscule. I don't know what's going on, but I'm pretty sure I don't know if they're saving him or what, but whatever. Still got when Reddick is not in coverage, I don't know what's going on with that, but it's like we still got that going on. Our wide receiver core. Okay, you got Dallas, you got 49ers. Detroit has a good offense, but I won't put that receiver core over ours when you got Smitty and just AJ alone. You take an Amon-Ra St. Brown and his counterpart, his other guy over Smitty and AJ? No.
Hey, it's an argument.
You said core, not duo.
I know, but I'm saying if you're gonna take wide receivers, you're gonna take Philly over the lines.
I don't know.
You can say it's an argument. No, not the entire core. Not the entire core. I'm just talking about star power here. Like if you need somebody to make a play, if you actually target these guys. Because that's another thing, too. Philly jumped to extremes. It's one moment where we was complaining about them not running the ball. Boom. Okay, then they run the ball heavy. Then we got other parts where we like, hey, they targeting AJ and Smitty too much. And we had conversations amongst ourselves about... You see what my point is? When you watch Philly, if you're not paying attention to Philly, if you're just looking at, they lost, and you're not looking at the games, each thing, they're making extreme changes in moments instead of just trying to figure out what's going on. That's what I'm saying. So just like against the Cardinals, you got AJ getting hot, but then you don't target him. AJ had 4 catches in the game. It's not like he was dropping passes. So it's like it's jumping to extremes. But when it comes playoff time, things settle down. They talking about maybe Philly might be resting players, maybe not. I don't know. We're trying to see what's going on with that.
Don't do it, kid. Finish your thought.
I know somebody just coming here with the Hurst slander, bro. And one quarterback. Hey, no, my bad. Look, I'm gonna capture that one. But at the end of the day,
hey, don't even put the comments. Let kid finish his thought.
No, I ain't looking at Link going crazy right now. I'm gonna holler at Link at the Link.
I don't know if you want to do that, man.
But now, like the Eagles, people talking about the Eagles like we still not where we still at 11 wins with the toughest schedule in the league. Regardless of what you say. I ain't lying. when we made our predictions on the show, when we said our prediction, I said 12 and 5, right? I said 12 and 5. And then I made the in a perfect world comment. But I said I got us going 12 and 5, 11 and 6. That's where we at. So I mean, for me, being an Eagles fan,
just keep going.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
He's not gonna stop, bro. He just keep going.
I know he's not gonna stop, bro. I gotta ignore this dude. But now, it's a lot of things that the Eagles still can correct. That's not impossible to get done. Like I said, we got the veterans on the team that still got voices regardless. All these guys have been to the mountaintop and at the bottom. They went through the Wentz situation with Doug Peterson when they won a Super Bowl, And then when Wentz and them, we lost, we won 4 games. Then we jump back in with Sirianni, laughing stock of the league, get back to the Super Bowl. Okay, we dropped that one, but now we back trying to get over this so-called Super Bowl hangover.
No, we're gonna do that next time.
Done.
Joe, we're gonna do the script next time.
No.
Nobody said it to me
right now.
Oh, I'm talking about the Dallas script. Go ahead.
No, I'm talking about my script. That's what
ain't no 49ers script. I'm gonna say, okay, let me say it now since y'all bring it up. 49ers, because me and Dave made it back when 49ers beat the Eagles, whatever. I mean, I still think it's still. I mean, the 49ers are the best team in the NFL. All right. Point blank period. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna elaborate, man. It was an agreement. It's before y'all played.
Got you.
Before y'all played, I was able to come on the show, so I got to fulfill my duty. All right. I mean, technically, if you put the rosters together, I mean, Ravens playing better for sure. But I mean, if you look at overall team, I mean, you can. It's an argument there. We just talking about teams. I ain't saying that who's playing better or whatever. It's a difference. When you put it in context and stuff, it's a difference between playing better and actually being better.
There's a difference between paper and playing. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah, you're right. For sure.
Go ahead, Dave.
I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that.
Shout out to TIP, Tyrone Parker, one of the hosts of the In the Red Corner Boxing Show. With the $2 super chat, shout out to the Trash Can Eagle, one and done December.
It's the first one and done Trash Can team I seen with after this week, a 4,000-yard quarterback on passing yards, 1,000-yard running back with rushing yards, and then 2,000-yard receivers.
That's cute. Purdy got that animal.
We're not talking about Purdy though, Dave. We understand that. We know. We're not comparing Purdy.
He got a 2,000-yard running back, and 3,000-yard receivers. Kittle, Ayuk, and Debo.
If God didn't miss his routine 3-4 games, I mean, he probably would have got his stack too. That's be the issue.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
If Goddard,
I know Dallas did. Huh?
You just said if Goddard don't do what he normally do.
Get hurt. I mean, get hurt. Yeah. Get hurt. But that's pretty much it, man. Like, it's just the outside, and then it's the fact that it's the Eagles fans that's fueling it for real. Like, outside people are talking their stuff, but they get most of their licks and all their content from the Eagles fans for real. All they doing is copying and pasting.
Hold on, Kev. This just came in. My man, from Flockness Wellness Center. They said, look, man, when they know you're sitting outside, right? But you need to go ahead, come on in and use the promo code use the lose. So you can get up off this air with all them tears. That's what Flockness Wellness Center just told me. All right.
We can't say
we've been locked in the playoffs since week 14, man. Ain't too much to cry about.
Man, for the last 5 games. You can lock up. We still was
locked into the playoffs though. Like, people talk about it like we not in the dance.
You in the dance, but you don't look good going in.
Hey, look. The ugly is good. Hey, look, used to be the prom queen, now you the prom queen.
Nah, you know what? Remember when Gina showed up to Martin high school reunion after she came from the dentist's office? That's what the Eagles looking like right now. That pretty red dress from the neck on down, like y'all.
Hey, look, one thing I like about this show, though, Tomo, you being a Cowboys fan, one thing I do like about the show is we be in the chat, we be trolling, we talk our trash, but the show was the truth serum. The truth come out, and the balance is there. It gives us balance. We tell the truth on the show. Yeah. And I like how you told the truth about the Cowboys and your concerns, because we see it too. You know what I'm saying? We see, but yours not as bad as ours, or it's not as many. But
you want to know what?
Hey,
I give you this. And then we're gonna get on to the next topic. We're gonna go to a commercial break and reset a little bit. But I'll say this about the Cowboy fans, and this is what I've been trying to lend to you Eagles fans all season, is when you're known for getting to the playoffs and failing, you know where to look and you know where to fix things. Y'all right now are just swinging at ghosts because y'all been winning these ugly games all season, and I've been trying to tell you. I seen this before. Remember the catch? That season of the catch? The Cowboys was beating bad teams. They was barely winning games.
We ain't beating no bad teams though.
Yeah, you're right. That's the one thing y'all don't do. But the Cowboys just be beating up on teams that they better than, and then when they got to the playoffs, There we go. You get an ugly win, but at the end of the day, it's gonna come back to bite you when you don't know what to fix. It's just what it is, man. Because you don't know where to start from. Y'all have no starting point. Last season, y'all did run the ball, hold the time of possession, get turnovers, win the game. This season, y'all in shootouts with teams you're not even supposed to be in shootouts with. That's it.
Hey, Kyler Murray, 200 some yards. Like 6 passes.
Some people had Kyler Murray win the MVP at one point.
They was playing Call of Duty.
Who was that?
Yeah, I wonder who that was.
That must have been national.
It must have been because I don't remember nobody up here saying that.
Ever.
I mean, I know I didn't. You know, I was highly disappointed. I'd rather lose the Dubs than Kyler Murray. I ain't gonna hold you.
Just for show purposes, we got some.
I see what you did there.
We got some NFL news, some college football to NFL news. So Georgia tight end Brock Bowers has declared for the NFL draft.
Commanders, here they go.
It's about time.
Oh, so what happened?
And some
Brock
NBA.
Bowers declared.
Okay.
And some NBA news: Kevin Durant will not be playing tomorrow. He's out.
Oh, he's taking Bradley Beal days.
Rest them knees and them feet.
But Kev, man, thanks for coming on here, expressing your opinions, man. We know it's been a minute, man. You know, since you came on here. Don't worry about your next invite. We will have the script prepared for you so you can talk about Dallas. I actually want you to come on after we defeat the Commanders so we make it 10 times better when we win the division.
Unless we get a repeat like last year when y'all should have won that game.
See, look, everybody want to kill Decorius, but now they turned into Decorius. That's crazy. I ain't never seen a chat turn into Decorius so quick.
Hey, look, you got my clothes on here right now. They call for it, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all might as well look into the camera with my glasses at. Y'all might as well look into the camera and be like, hey, that old prophet.
But no, I appreciate y'all, yeah. I'm gonna have some more smoke ready for y'all in the chat.
All right, man. We're gonna go to this quick commercial break. When we come back, man, we gotta talk about the 2 number 1 seeds in the NFL and just react to it. We got a Ravens fan here, we got a 49ers fan here. We had a surprise guest. I didn't let the fellas know about that one, so I'm gonna take the chill pill on that. But hey, make sure y'all hit that like button, share, and we be right back.
Yo, my name is Lambo Anlo.
This is Dimitri.
This is Ed Hahn.
My name is Daryl Julian, and this is
Refuse to lose sports.
Refuse to lose sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to lose sports.
Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built the win, apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse.
And we're back. No.
And we're back. You know, we're now done with the pigeon talk. Now it's time to talk about some real teams in the NFL. Tomo, do you think?
Got you, man. Pigeon talk. Well, I mean, no disrespect. We gotta talk about the boss bird. I left the names up here for a reason because he put top flock, but I gotta bring the actual subject up, man. We gotta talk about the Ravens. They got the number 1 seed. I mean, after missing the end of 2 seasons, Lamar Jackson is now back, man. He defeated the Dolphins. He got his payback on them. Remember the season? What was it? Was it last season? Y'all played? Yeah, they said, nah, we got something for y'all. And there was a lot of fish sticks in the chat. Again, make sure y'all become a member so you can understand what I mean by that. But Ravens get the number 1 seed. Go ahead, talk your stuff, Carl.
I gotta hold up.
That's on you, Carl. I'm gonna let you handle
I'm reading
that. Yeah, go ahead, man.
I ain't even host.
That's Flock Nation right there.
Look at me. Come on down to Flock Wilderness Center. If your team's been letting you down, doors open to all. Hashtag Ravens Nation. Hashtag Sportsnet. Best sports show, period. Shout out Chris for the $5 dono. We appreciate it, my boy.
My man.
All right. So he put that together real well in the dono, in the super chat. First of all, I would like to say I'm not surprised. 2019, 14-2. 2020, yeah, we didn't win a division. Steelers, they became one of the most fraudulent 11-0 teams. That's not even a shot. That's literally what they called them. That's not me. That's literally what they called them. That was the year that 2021, we was right on top. Lamar gets hurt. 2022, we was right on top. Lamar gets hurt. It ain't so fun when Lamar played a full season, huh? We just right back on schedule. Right on top. 4 out of the last 5 years, we've been on top of the AFC while Lamar Jackson has been quarterback. So I'm not surprised, man. He's just doing what he do. He just elevates this team so much. He's the leader. He's the engine that makes the team go. He's been playing phenomenal football. And a lot of people don't like it because a lot of people can't admit that they were wrong about Lamar coming out of Louisville. A lot of people wanted him to switch positions. They wanted him to see if he could play wide receiver, see if he could play a little, you know what I'm saying? He didn't run his 40 time, I believe, for that purpose to show, hey, I'm a quarterback in this league. I can throw the ball in this league. People still ain't want to give him his respect. People now still don't want to give him respect. You see the lady on Fox Sports talking about, I want my quarterbacks to be a little bit more quarterbacky. Well, how does 5 touchdowns to 3 incompletions sound? How that sound? That sounds quarterbacky to me. You see how he starts left, turns right. Zay Flowers wide open for a touchdown on the money. Man, Lamar makes off-platform throws too now. Let's not act like he's just it's just a system here. He making all platforms, shaking people off, extended plays, throwing across his body, throwing across the field. Lamar is making all these type of throws, and yet people still don't want to give him the credit he deserves, which is just blasphemous to me. Meanwhile, we got a guy who might steal the MVP away from him. Wow, he just had a game where he went 15-30, no passing touchdowns and a pick. But because they played the Patriots, they won by 6. Because Rasul Douglas, quarter pick 6. Sorry, Teddy. I know I love Bailey Zappi. That was because of Bailey Zappi. I'm sorry. But come on, bro. Like, it's obvious.
You have been zapped.
It's obvious. I understand the defense been playing phenomenal. But let's not forget to start the game. Defense looked bad. Defense let the Dolphins go right up the field and score. Defense second drive let the Dolphins go right up the field again. And Tyreek drops a touchdown that should have had him up 14-7. Now, hey, not mad at it. But to say that we're doing good only because of the defense, no, sir. Not giving you that. Lamar's been balling. He's been playing at an extremely well level. He's looking this year like the best quarterback in the league this year. Yes, Tomo, I knew I had to specify that for you. But this year he's looking like the best quarterback in the league.
In the comment.
So yeah, I'm proud of this team. I'm happy, but I'm not surprised. And I love the mindset we have. Give it to us by our leader, again, Lamar Jackson. 1 week at a time. Let's focus on going 1-0 every week till we get to February, and let's win the big one there. And if Lamar wins the Super Bowl, I'm getting kicked out the chats.
I ain't gonna hold you, man. Yeah, you might get kicked out the chats, but I think everybody in the chat gonna be with you. Dave, how you feel about them getting the number 1 seed?
Yeah, I pretty much feel the same way. Remember we had a segment about who was going to be the number 1 seed in the AFC, and I believe I said the Ravens, and that's pretty much how I felt. I felt like the Ravens were, to me, across the board, the best team in the AFC because of Lamar Jackson, because they've been able to run the ball without J.K. Dobbins, who got hurt the first game of the season. It doesn't matter who's been back there; they've been able to do what they need to do, and without Lamar even having these wide receivers that have these numbers. He don't have 1,000-yard receivers. He don't have 1,000-yard tight end because, Mark Andrews is out for the rest of the year, but Isaiah Likely came in, stepped up. Odell Beckham has made plays. Like I said, Nelson Aguilar has made plays. Bateman has made plays. Zay Flowers, we know what he's been able to do. So it's been great just about all year round for the Ravens. We know they've lost 3 games this year, but look at the three teams they lost to. The Colts are still in playoff contention right now. The Browns have clinched the playoffs. They're in the playoffs, and the Steelers still have opportunity to make it. 2 of those teams are in their division. And no matter what anyone says, remember Gardner Minshew was in an office that he knows. He's in that office because Shane Steichen was his offensive coordinator last year in the Eagles. And now the Shane Steichen is his head coach, so he's playing well in that system. The Ravens have been great all year round. Their defense has been lights out. So I don't like it when someone tries to take credit away from Lamar Jackson, because that's almost saying that they win despite him, and we know that's not the case. We know they don't win anything without Lamar. Pretty much, he's what makes that ship go. Lamar to me is, if not the best quarterback, at least the second quarterback in the league.
Called him scrappy dude.
Hey, you know what, man?
My bad. I gotta fix one thing Dave said. Mark Andrews not out for the season. That's the scary part. He could come back.
That's right. He's on IR. He's on IR. That's right. He was out for the regular season. That's what I should have said. But for me, it's just, and then you had Kyle Hamilton that went down, but I'm almost like, it's almost certain that he's not out for the rest of the year because we didn't hear that announcement. So this team has had injuries all year long, but no matter who they play lights out. When they play the best teams in the league, they win. They played against the Lions, blew them out. They played against my Niners, blew them out. Played against the Dolphins, blew them out. It seems like no matter who they play, they just decide that they're going to go in and show who the best team in the league is, and that's what they played as. They played as the best team in the league. Now, for Joe, I don't know if you heard this, what Kev has said, what he said, but I said this was made before we played the Ravens. Okay?
I heard it. Joe was trying to be an instigator.
Of course he is. Of course he's trying to be instigated, and he's not even on the show.
That's why I bagged back. When he was like, oh, this before, I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah. I was trying to tell Kev just say NFC, but he had already said it, so not much I can do about that. But the Ravens to me is just, like I said, right now they're the best team in the AFC and the best team in the NFL right now. So look, I mean, they deserve to be the number one seed. I picked them to get to the Super Bowl, and it looks like they're going to do that.
Man, you guys said a lot just now. One thing I will say, Carl, is I know my man. He's a footballologist. I call him ESPN. Right? That's funny because when I met you, Carl, you remind me of my man. His name Art. He watched college football. He watched the Kentucky Derby. But my man is from Louisville, so his team is Louisville. You've been telling me about Lamar Jackson before he got in the league, and when Lamar got drafted, you said, "Thomas, I'm telling you like this, that boy gonna win the Super Bowl." I said, "With who?" Because remember, the draft was happening at this time when he was talking about it. And then he fell to the Ravens. I was like, "That's the worst team he could have went to." He's like,
"We traded up for him."
But I'm saying, out the way he got drafted,
yeah, we traded up last pick in the first round to get him.
That's the worst. I said that's the worst team he could have went to. I said, "What you mean by that?" I was like, "The Ravens got a culture, and Lamar Jackson bringing the culture with him, and they're gonna build around him. Now, if Harbaugh do the right thing, boom, it's gonna be magic." What Harbaugh do? He changed the offensive scheme to match the actual quarterback, and the Ravens have been dogs ever since. Like ever since. There's two teams in this NFL that still go to that old mantra of like the 90s is where we build around our core, and the two teams got the number one seed right now. 49ers is like, look, this is our persona. Either you're gonna get with it or you're gonna get lost. The Ravens have the same thing. When you get drafted or you go to play for the Ravens, you already know what time we on. We're not about to do all this showboating, all this flashy stuff. We here to clock in, clock out, and then go about our day. The same thing over there on the other side of the coast. That's why I really can't stand them that much. Because they're in the NFC. I wish they was in the AFC. Like, take that back over there. So again, it's well deserved. The boy got back after not finishing the last two seasons. What was y'all record without Lamar? I think y'all was like 4-8 without him. So look at that. That says a lot. Now look at your record with him. Got a number one seed. Y'all blowing teams out. I go down and look at the schedule. Like Dave said, almost every team that's not supposed to be on the field with y'all show it. 49ers game was a little different. But every other team not supposed to be on the field with you. And hey, Tay, I know you say y'all got the best defense, but the first time y'all played, the score was 28-3.
I think it's without said that we know that the Browns don't have the best defense. We've seen teams put a lot of points on them.
I see a bunch of 30s.
So he's a part of that Delulu sports that we always talk about, Tomo. So he's happy that the Browns in the playoffs. He's not used to this. So
I'm so mad I can see the comments before they come up, bro. 'Cause I be laughing.
I know. But I mean,
be
the
trying to hold
reaction
it.
ain't really no real big reaction to me because we know the Ravens can win when Lamar Jackson is playing. The question that now I'm a little upset that most people are like ragging on y'all for being as good in the regular season. The question now is what you've been saying all season, Carl, is we got to get it done in the playoffs. This is now the moment where you need to hold Lamar up and be like, all right, you're doing this now. Can you do it in the playoffs? Because this is your moment. Everything is here for you. You balling, defense is there, boom, and he keep calling this man scratch.
No, he said back to your grave, bro.
But yeah, this should be the moment where the media is actually talking about Lamar, so that way they could do what they do with the Cowboys, build them up. So if you all fail, now you can rag on them. They still ragging on them like y'all losing. And the Dolphins, they not a bad team. They was praising the Dolphins last week when they won, right? Now you don't hear nothing about the game.
Hey, look, they don't realize by doing that, they just making Lamar do what he do now. He loves the underdog feeling. He wants us to be the underdog. Even when we were favored against the Dolphins, you heard him say we coming in as underdogs. He wants this. You're fueling him. So keep doing it. I love it because I'm going to get this every week if y'all do it. So, hey, by all means, do it. But I did want to bring up something else. This is why I don't get why people say Lamar's doing this only because he has a defense. Y'all realize in 2021, when half of our defense was out to start the season, we still were number one on top of the AFC with half a defense. Y'all do realize that, right? And then we started losing games when Lamar got hurt. Like half the team was out. Half the team was out. We still winning games. Lamar goes down. Snoop comes in. We can't win for nothing. We in games, but we can't win them. You know why? Because we don't have Lamar. Lamar is the catalyst. He is the catalyst. So y'all can, well, not y'all, but people can say it's only because of defense all you want. But we all know what it truly is. Lamar is rising above, and he's playing spectacular. And it is what it is.
Facts. Now we got to go into another team right quick. This back and forth between the Browns and the Ravens in the comments is magical, man.
Hey,
so I'm glad you on the show, Carl.
You know the line? You made it a high line. I made it a high song. That's the Browns and the Ravens. The Browns made it a high line. The Ravens made it a high song.
Man. And they're doing it week by week by week by week. Hey, Kev, I meant to say this while you was on the show. Remember somebody said the weak shall inherit the earth. Sound like y'all the weak. It was looking real weak at the link when the 49ers went there too and talk about another team, bro, that just keep whooping up on the NFC East. What we do to y'all? Like, what we do to y'all? We did too much. They go out there, they beat up on the Commanders. I thought they had a chance. Sam Howell threw a couple picks. But they said, you know what, Sam Howell, you're not getting into the end zone. You're not getting there. We're going to get there. And y'all got there a couple times. And then as y'all walking out to the tunnel, y'all was watching another game on the phone. And then it was another IG Live where they was watching it. I think they was in like an incarceration cell. I don't know what that was. They called that the guest locker room for the Commanders. But the 49ers were cheering as the Cardinals closed and sealed the deal on the Eagles. And now they bumped up to the number 1 seed. And here we go again. We got to go through Santa Clara to get to the Super Bowl. You know how I feel about it. I ain't got too much to say about it, man. Congratulations. Purdy is there. The running back did his thing. Debo's doing his thing. I said too much nice stuff about y'all in the previous segment about y'all got the core. My question is, can Kyle Shanahan not mess this one up? That's my only question.
That's my question as well. That's my question as well. That y'all know how I feel about this team and how I feel about Kyle Shanahan. But let me say this. First. Can we please give Purdy more credit than what he's been given? Please. Because I heard about, and Carl, you are absolutely right about that throw that Lamar Jackson had made. But Purdy also made a play, and then on Sunday against the Commanders where he had to run out of the pocket from the left, run around, and throw across the field to Brandon Ayuk for a touchdown.
Talking about the one where he was wide open?
He was, but he was covered before throw.
No. I'm saying because the Commanders can't play no defense. Good.
Hey, I ain't got nothing. Hey, ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't got nothing to do with me. All I'm saying is Purdy has made throws like this all season long, and people always want to say that he's just a yacht quarterback, and that's just not the case. That's all I got to say about that. I'm not comparing Purdy to Lamar whatsoever because that's not even a comparison. Lamar is a unanimous MVP. So don't get my words twisted. Just give Purdy more credit than calling him a yacht quarterback. Now, as far as this team, I said this in the chat. I said this on the show before. I don't care about having the number 1 seed. It's more so about getting to the Super Bowl and winning. That's cool, nice and dandy. I saw the team was excited about having the number 1 seed. All I know is the 49ers have a number 1 seed guarantees that we're going to make it to the NFC Championship game. But to me, that's not enough. It's not enough. We got to go there and win it. And right now, the team to beat is Baltimore. So more than likely, that's who we're going to have to see. That's who we're going to have to see on in the Super Bowl. And we both get there. We already saw the preview because we saw the game on Christmas Day, and it did not look good for our offense. Our defense did play pretty well, but we got tired. There was too many turnovers. There's nothing the defense can do once you turn the ball over. So, Kyle, you have now lost. You haven't won a game trailing going into the fourth quarter. You have not.
Hold up. Yeah, that's bad, by the way.
Go ahead and pull it up. Shout out to Kevo, who was just on the show. You know, the dirty pigeon Eagles fan. 499 super chat. Lamar is the anti-Hurts and outwards to most guys. So guys would all root for Lamar to be on top of the league, even ahead of Mahomes. Carl, Lamar for MVP.
Why am I in? Like, what do I have to do with this?
I don't know. I don't know, but I mean, Lamar gets credit as far as we know. You know, on this show, he gets a lot of credit. But yeah, like I said, it's cool. All I know is every time we've had the number 1 seed throughout the playoffs, we've either made it to the NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl. So we got to see how that goes. I said this early in the season. If Purdy's the answer, then we should at least get to the Super Bowl. Purdy's been playing well so far this year, so we got to see what happens. And
I don't know who Joe's talking about, but Brock Purdy wasn't even in the league 2 years ago.
He sure wasn't.
You're talking about
He
Cal.
sure wasn't. No, Joe. No, it's when you're down 8+ points. He went down 8+ points going against the Rams 2 years ago. I think we're down maybe 3 points, but it wasn't 8+ points. I can bring up. I think it's like 0-41.
Yeah, it's a wild number.
He's like 0-41.
Yeah, you do got to specify the 8+, because if you say just down period, then I see where Joe's coming from.
Not down period, but down 8+ points. Is I mean the league down 8+ points is like 9 and like 100 or something. So it's not like it's almost a guaranteed win for anybody in the league. But to be 0 for 41 is not good at all. So we see how that goes. And yeah, like I said, it's cool that we're number 1, but I'm not overly excited. Like I said, I want us to get to the Super Bowl and win it. So let's go.
Carl?
Oh, it's on me? All right, cool. So I got a lot of respect for the 49ers. I know Ty be on Dave head on the 49ers, but I mean, I still respect y'all. I feel like the reason why Ty's on y'all head a lot, national media gave us no respect. They gave us no shot to beat y'all. Everybody and their mother picked y'all against us. So I get it. Now y'all do have a really complete team. Not gonna lie. I understand y'all have some injuries in that defensive backfield, but you still have pretty good defensive backs. I know y'all moved Lenore into the slot, and he's been playing actually well in the slot, so that was a good move there. Can I address this real quick? Guys don't root against Hurts because of you, Kev. A lot of guys don't like Hurts nationally. They don't know you. They don't root for Hurts because it seems like Hurts he kind of gives off the Russell Wilson. Like people feel like he tries to come off as perfect. I don't feel that way. I just feel like he's just being himself, which is fine with me. But a lot of people feel like he just tries to come off as a perfect person, which I think that's BS. But that's why a lot of guys don't root for Hurts. I completely think that's BS, but that's why I see it a lot on Twitter. It's just be like, oh, you think he's so perfect and blah, blah, blah. That's why when I posted the join the chat when they called him a dork, they said this dork running out of stuff to say. That was terrible. Like, bro, why are y'all doing this? But I digress. This is about the 49ers.
I just don't like the Eagles. So I don't care about Hurts.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's Hurts, Wentz, McNabb. I don't care who the quarterback is. I just don't like y'all.
Yeah, but this is about the 49ers, man. 49ers are having a great season this far. They're doing what teams are supposed to do. When you play teams you're supposed to beat, they beat them. Now, ain't too many teams they're not supposed to beat, so they're just doing what they're supposed to do every week. But really good team, solid O-line. Well, I don't know about solid, but pretty, pretty decent O-line. Brock Purdy, I will say this. Brock Purdy has been playing a lot better than I anticipated. I know I was one of the guys that when Brock Purdy got drafted, I laughed like, oh, he actually got drafted and all that, because I just remember what he was at Iowa State. But I also did say he got put in the perfect position because this is just him and Iowa State at the next level. He has the running back, Breece Hall. Chris McCaffrey is his college Breece Hall. Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk is like his Xavier Hutchinson, who's now on the Houston Texans. He has that defense because Matt Campbell had a phenomenal defense. He always has phenomenal defenses at Iowa State. Same now with the 49ers. So he's put in a really good position, but he's actually been balling. Like, it's not just that position as well, and it's like it's just strictly it. No, he's been making plays as well. So you have to give Brock Purdy his credit. They're going to be a really dangerous team in the NFC. They are more than likely my team to come out the NFC. I would be surprised what my second team is. Probably not really, actually. So really good team. Can I talk about Sam Howell real quick? Just a shot. I have to get my shout out because Joe kept mentioning me. Sam Howell is one pick away from 2020 vision. Go ahead, Tomo.
Sam Howell will never be the backup quarterback that Jameis Winston is. That's all I'm saying. Jameis Winston is either gonna make you love him or hate him if he a teammate. That's all I can say. But for me, man, I know this team like the back of my hand because I say the back of their hand because that's just what they've been doing to my team every time we've seen them. Like sometimes it's been close games, but they always put that pimp hand down for some strange reason with my quarterback. Like you just can't find a way to beat this team. But again, the core values are there. We have an offensive coordinator who just wants to run his perfect scheme. He has the weapons that's added to the scheme, and then he finally found his prototypical quarterback to make sure that this scheme runs fluent.
Head coach, not offensive coordinator.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he might as well be. My bad. Man, you wanted him fired. My bad. Head coach Kyle Shanahan. I'm sorry. I seen OC. I'm sorry. I seen the OC part. My bad, Dave. Sheesh. All right, Kyle. But back to what I was saying about the offense is just it's a well-oiled machine at this point. You know what Debo role is, you know what Kittle role is, you know what the quarterback role is, you know what Ayuk role is. There's no divas. There's no people, again, not talking to the media after they lose. It's just moments where we go in, we clock out. Fred Warner also said something perfect, too. He was like, thank you to the Cardinals, because you remember back in 2019, it took us to winning in Seattle or the very last play of the game to secure the number one seed. And technically now we don't even have to go play the Rams to get the one seed. We got it. So you need to thank Dallas, too, because I think the Lions and the Eagles still had a shot for the number one seed, too. But you don't want to thank us too much. I understand why, Fred. I don't want to thank you neither. But I'm not shocked. They was going to get here at some point. They've been planning like it all season. So congratulations to the 49ers. Yay.
Tomo, you're not slick. I caught the shots.
What you talking about?
They're not for me.
What shots? I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll let Dave read this and I'll tell you.
Shout out to the family. Shout out to Teddy, the guy, Mr. BWT himself. Shout out to the family and the best sports show on the network. Dave took my comment down so fast. # start spreading the news. # humbly. # do your job. # Duke. # fight on. I didn't, sir. It was up there for a good little minute. I saw that about him being 0-2 with a lead in the bowl. I'll put it back up there for you. Yes, I've said this myself. You ain't saying nothing that I haven't said.
Yeah, just don't call him an OC when he's a head coach.
Oof, hey, that is disrespectful though, Tomo. You can't even.
I was reading Teddy's comment and I was talking about it and I was like, as an OC, my bad. It wasn't like really. I take shots, but that wasn't personal.
No, that wasn't the shot.
Oh,
the deeper and the not talking to the media part, you not slick.
What I mean, everybody gotta talk to the media. It's part of your job.
Oh, I thought that was a shot at AJ Brown.
It was, but I'm saying
see, exactly. You're not slick.
Like that's your job. It's 2 weeks in a row.
I thought that was. Honestly, I thought that was lame though. Like now that you're losing, you don't want to talk to the media. When y'all be winning, you had no problems with it. I thought that was pretty lame.
Yeah, that's one of the fun parts about being a fan of the sport is that you got to go in and watch the team explain what happened after they lost. I had to watch it. Yeah. Players got to do it, and when I hear about players doing it on my team, I'm like, bro, that's lame. Like, why you leaving out? I know you're mad, but It's part of the job.
People call Dylan Brooks lame, as they should have, for doing that last year too. So I just feel like it's lame. Like, if you're gonna talk when you up, you got to talk. Y'all know that's how I feel off Bucks. If you're gonna talk when you up, you got to talk when you down. So
that's facts. That's facts. Kev, well, let me ask y'all this: does that Dolphins game that Purdy came into last year count as a comeback game? Because we were down in that game when he came into the game. Does that count as a comeback win, or doesn't count now because it wasn't the season?
So I guess it's kind of like a pitcher in baseball who comes in and gets the W because he was down and he was the pitcher and they were up and won. So I would give it to him.
Yeah,
that's all I had to say about that. Thank you.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you said that because we're going right into our last words now, man. That was the last topic on the docket. Let's get these last words in, man. Carl, what you got for the people?
Nonsense.
All right, so my last words is Washington. Please, Washington win Monday. I cannot have Michigan become the national champs. I got 3 family members who's going to kill me if they win Monday. Penix, bring your A game. You 3 wide receivers. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all going to be pro. Let's go to the pros with a natty. Please. My other one, thank y'all as always for having me on the show. You know, I always appreciate coming on here. So appreciate that. Ravens, great regular season. Lamar Jackson better not touch that field Sunday or Saturday, excuse me. Better not touch the field. My last one, Michigan State. We play Penn State Thursday. My brother just, he just accepted. He got accepted into Penn State, so he's going there. So now he's an op. So I will be talking trash Thursday. Yeah, man. That's pretty much all I got. Oh, last one. I know, and this is only because Teddy put it in the chat. Shout out SC, man. Shout out Lincoln Riley because Miller Moss did his thing in that bowl game against Louisville. So shout out SC.
Man, I'm with you, Carl, as far as wanting Washington to win. Normally, I'm not big on the Michigan rivalry, but I do want to see Penix go out there and do his thing. And just the fact that finally Adidas team is actually in the bowl. That's funny that they threw that out there. Said no team from a Nike or Jordan brand is in the championship. That's funny. Another thing I want to throw out there too.
Michigan's Jordan brand.
I'm talking about both teams.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, but what was I about to say? Oh, Carl, your game on Saturday. The same refs that ref the Cowboys game, Cowboys Lions, they're gonna be there. That. So we gonna see. George Pickens may get some ugly calls, man. It's gonna be interesting for you, man. And Cowboys. I mean, I have been talking a lot of trash these last 6 hours. So show up, please, because I don't need that Decorious meme to come back to bite me, bro. Like that's gonna get ugly. I'm like, you said ghetto's profit. Nah, I don't got time for that. So just go out there and win the game, man. Finally do what you're supposed to do and win the game that you're supposed to. I mean, I already said it a lot. When you think the team is inferior, you go out there and kill them. So just keep that same mentality. That's all I got for you. Oh, Happy New Year.
All I got is Link, you not in the NFL chat, and you clearly you don't have a lot of sports knowledge to say Purdy's just a yacht quarterback and he doesn't throw the ball 20 yards down the field. Purdy has the highest completion percentage in NFL history with 20 yards down the field at 64%. He has the most touchdowns of deep throws this season. And last year, because you clearly weren't on the show when we talked about this, but Patrick Mahomes, in both of his MVP years, his yak percentage was over 50%. Purdy's only at 48%. So there's that.
Oh, Dave, you forgot to bring up the top 10 receiver thing. You want to throw that in your last words?
Yes, I do. So last year, we had a conversation in the Refuse to Lose or NFL chat. I can't remember which one, about the top 15 receivers in the league, and Debo wasn't up there. Brandon Ayuk wasn't even in the conversation. But for some reason this year, because Purdy has thrown for over 4,000 yards, he's had a good season. He was in the MVP conversation, and we know that CMC has, over 2,000 purpose yards. But, I was in the, mindset that we didn't have a top 10 or a top 15 receiver. So how can we talk about the weapons and we don't have a top 15 receiver? So I would like for us to revisit this and let's see exactly who is a top 15 receiver. And if Debo or Ayuk is not on the list, I don't want to hear this again about Purdy only being good because he got weapons. That is all I have to say for my last words.
Yeah, Debo was crazy not being top 15. I remember that. I thought that was crazy.
Remember, I think it was me, you, and Kev that disagree with that. But everyone else, but just about everyone else in the chat. Sorry, Mark is the one who brought it up. Okay, everyone else in the chat had agreed with Mark and said that he wasn't top 15. So,
I got hit a 15 again.
I don't remember the 15. I just remember somebody saying Debo wasn't in it.
I think Keenan Allen was on the list. So
he deserves it, by the way. I love Keenan.
No, I'm not saying I'm saying he don't deserve it, but Keenan Allen, Mike Evans, Stephon Diggs, Terry McLaurin, there are a bunch of receivers on that list.
We're gonna have to revisit that list because
I would like for us to revisit that.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs is one of my favorite wide receivers, but these last 2 seasons, man, I don't know. Some people need to be moved around on these lists. That's all I'm saying.
Off-season topic?
I'm just saying. Somebody put AJ Brown top 5, and he ain't even saying bye. But we ain't gonna go there. Oh yeah, I'm back now. Yeah, no, because they was killing me all season when he had them 5 games.
Oh, I was getting it too.
Yeah, them 5 games. Hey, coach, go ahead and change that meme.
The three of us, because all 3 of us were questioning him about him being a top 5 wide receiver. I was like,
yeah.
But there you go.
I ain't gonna beat a dead horse, man. We out of here, man.
Yep. See y'all next time. Peace.
Happy New Year's.
Yep. Oh, I got it. My bad.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.